Hi everyone, I'm super excited to be sharing with you today one of my favorite cool treats. So I am going to be making ice cream sandwiches. I bet you love ice cream sandwiches too. I'm going to be making them a bit healthier than what we're used to, but equally as delicious. So what I'm going to be using is the Epicure chocolate brownie mix. And I'm also going to be, instead of using ice cream, like dairy ice cream from the store, I'm going to be making our vegan version of ice cream, which is called Nice Cream. So if you've made Nice Cream before, let me know. It is a great way to use up old bananas in the freezer without making things like banana bread. Banana bread is great, but you don't want to be eating it all the time. This is another alternative of a way of using your bananas up. So I'm going to just get right onto it. So quick and easy. Of course, Epicure is gluten-free. Gluten-free is not always quick and easy. It's actually a little bit more complicated to bake gluten-free and have it turn out and be delicious. Epicure has mastered that. I've actually personally taken gluten-free baking courses so that I could brush up on my skills, and I can bake up some pretty good gluten-free recipes. However, they are very time consuming and you need tons of different flour blends to make it delicious. And so what I love about Epicure is that, like, for real, I just don't really go ahead and do it from scratch anymore, because with Epicure I know that it's all whole food ingredients. I don't have to worry about that. It doesn't have all the extra salt and sugar and all the things that you might find in gluten-free prepared stuff is often full of additives that you don't necessarily want, that are not going to be good for you. So with Epicure, I know that I'm going to get better. So with Epicure, this one here, it's actually made with chickpea flour, which is going to increase your protein and your fiber, which is going to help your blood sugars from spiking when you eat it. So that's kind of cool. And what I'm using is I'm following just exactly the recipe on the back of the package, which is made with eggs and oil. However, depending on the consistency or the texture, the texture that you want the brownie mix to be, if you want it to be a little more dense, like a typical chewy brownie, you would follow the recipe exactly as is. And if you're looking for more of like a cake brownie that's a little fluffier, that's when you might want to use, I use applesauce and brownies. It works really, really well. So I am today just using the eggs and oil, but most often I actually prefer them to be fluffier. But for this recipe, it's going to be really great for them to be a little bit more dense. But if you like it more fluffier, you could try it with applesauce and mashed banana, and you get a really great result as well. So I've just whisked up the egg and the oil, and then I'm just stirring in the brownie mix. And then what I've done is I've prepared a pan. So this is our quarter sheet pan. Quarter sheet pan works great for one package of the brownie mix. We're just going to stir that together, and then I'm going to spread it out on the pan, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven for 15 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, so you see how fast that is to come together. So fast, so easy. Gluten-free baking, like I said, is not always fast and easy, and it can be very expensive when you have to pick up all the different types of flour blends. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread this out as even as I can on the pan. I have lightly greased the pan with just a little bit of avocado oil. And then I've got my silicone liner inside the pan, so it's going to come off really easy. So the silicone liner replaces the need for things like parchment paper that is just wasteful, very expensive. The silicone mat helps it to not stick, but also it's reusable. It's super easy to wash, and that helps reduce that waste. Okay, so just like that, super easy to spread. I'm gonna pop it in the oven for 15 minutes. And then I'm gonna get to this recipe here. So I'm making a double recipe of the ice cream. And I'm altering the recipe because, of course, with Epicure, it's always very versatile. So instead of the chocolate ice cream recipe, I'm altering it a bit because I'm going to be making a double batch, first of all. So I've got 6 frozen bananas in there. I'm going to be adding the frozen berries. And then instead of the chocolate acai berry mix, I'm going to use the summer berry. So I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of the summer berry because I'm making a double batch. And normally it would call for 1 tablespoon. That is not a full tablespoon. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to add some vanilla. So that's just an add-on that I thought would be great. So I'm just going to add some vanilla extract. And then I'm going to add 2 scoops of our Power Up Vanilla Protein Powder. What makes our protein powder amazing is that it can be used in so many different recipes. It's very versatile. It can be used in baking. It can be used in smoothies, ice cream, desserts, whatever. But it's going to add that extra protein, and it also has probiotics in it. It has digestive enzymes in it. And it is smooth and creamy, so it's going to add a bit of the smooth and creamy, a bit of the vanilla flavor, and it is safe for children, so your children will be able to enjoy these ice cream sandwiches as well. So I've got my blender here. I've got a Vitamix. You could use a food processor. Whatever you have will work just fine. So it's going to get loud for just a second as I mix this up. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to blend it and then scrape down the sides as you go until you have like a creamy ice cream type mixture. So I've almost got it all mixed. It's quite a large batch. You'll see it's come out pretty thick. It's totally the ice cream consistency. I'm sure it tastes delicious. So good. Okay, so now that I've got this all made, I'm going to take my brownie. So this one I made earlier so that you didn't have to hang out. You're welcome and wait for it to be baked. So I'm going to make 2 batches. Is you're just going to cut down the center because 1/2 is going to be the bottom, 1/2 is going to be the top of the sandwich. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread this over 1/2 of it. And then we're going to place the top on top, and then we will cut them down to size, and then I will use what's it called? Saran wrap. I'll use saran wrap to individually wrap them, or I can just place them into a container and pop them into my freezer. So whichever way I want to do it. So definitely also you want to make sure that the brownie is cooled before you start spreading the ice cream. My brownie it's cooled, but it's not fully cooled, so I'm gonna work really fast here. Make sure I don't ruin it. But you want to put a generous amount on, and then you're going to lift the brownie from this half. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to see, it comes off. I'm scared I'm going to break it, so I'm going to make sure I don't break it. Make sure it's going to come off all in one piece. I actually want to just flip it over, so I'm just going to go like this. That works. There we go. There we go. It's still kind of soft because it just came out of the oven. It wasn't fully cooled, so you want to make sure you fully cool it when you make it at home. And then what you're going to take is you're just going to use a butter knife or a silicone knife so that you don't wreck your pan. You're going to cut that into 9 rectangles, and you're going to have yourself some ice cream sandwiches. How awesome is that? So that's how easy it is to make ice cream sandwiches at home. Again, you can package them into individual and saran wrap them and freeze them, or you can stick them all in one big container. I hope that you try this at home and you let us know how much you love it. Thanks for watching. Bye.